Hello everyone and welcome back to my CCNA course. In today's lesson, we're going to learn one of the most important topics in network security, and that's going to be Access Control List, also this known as ACLs. ACLs are powerful tools that help us control traffic and filter packets based on rules we define. By the end of this lesson, you'll understand how ACLs work, how to configure them on Cisco routers, and how to apply them to interfaces in Packet Tracer. So let's get started. An access control list or ACL is like a traffic filter on a router or switch. It allows or denies packets based on certain conditions, such as, for example, source IP address, destination IP address, or protocols like TCP, UDP, or maybe ICMP. Or maybe even port numbers like HTTP, HTTPS, or maybe SSH. We can think of ACLs like a security checkpoints. They decide who can pass and who cannot. There are two main types of ACLs in Cisco networks. One is going to be standard ACLs that filter traffic only by source IP address. And the second one is going to be extended ACLs, filter traffics by source or maybe destination IPs and by protocols or maybe ports. So now we know standard ACLs are simpler but less flexible, and extended ACLs give us more control and are used more often in real networks. We're going to use this simple topology in Packet Tracer. We need two PCs and one router. And we're going to connect them together. So now let's assign IPs to these PCs. We're going to use 192.168.10.1 here for this port, and here 192.168.20.1 for this port, and for this PC we're going to use 192.168.10.10, and here it's going to be 192.168.20.10. And we're going to use ACLs to allow or deny traffic between these networks. So now we're going to assign these IPs. Here is going to be 192.168.10.10/24, a default gateway 192.168.10.1, and this one is going to be 2010/24. So now we're gonna configure this router. First, as always, we're gonna go into interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0. We're gonna say IP address 192.168.10.1 with this subnet mask. I'm gonna turn it on, and the next port so that's it. So now we need to test if each PC can ping each other. So here we're gonna say ipconfig, it's 10.10, gonna ping 192.168.20.10, and as you can see, it is pinging. Oh, this doesn't accept -t. All right. So this is going to work here. Now we're going to configure the ACLs. For configuring ACLs, we go to the router. We're going to block this PC from reaching to this network, but allow all other devices from this gateway to pass to this. So let's get started. For doing that, we're gonna start from the beginning. Here we're gonna go enable conf t, and here we're gonna say access list 10. I'm gonna say deny. Now we need to define the host. (192, 168, 10, 10). So what happens here? Access list 10 is gonna deny this PC to reach any further. So we need to define that anything else except this PC, this network, is allowed to do anything. So now we know that this command creates a standard ACL with number 10, and this command blocks only this PC, and this command is allowing everyone else anything. So now we're gonna use what we wrote. We go into interface, gigabit Ethernet, interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0, this port, and we're gonna say IP access group and the number we just created, 10, and then we're gonna use inbound packets. So now let's check. See, it is destination host unreachable. Why? Because we just blocked it. So now we know that the ACL is working perfectly fine. So that's it for standard ACL. Now we're gonna try extended ACL for more control. So here we're gonna exit. Now we're gonna do an extended ACL. We're gonna allow only HTTP, the TCP port 80 traffic from the network 10 from the network 20, and block everything else. So let's do it. So we're gonna go into our router. In here, this time we're gonna create an access list 100 from, let me explain something, from 1 to 99 is gonna create a standard ACL. And from 100 to 199 is going to be extended ACL. So we're going to create an access list 100. and we're gonna need to permit TCP, for example, from 192, 168, 10, 0, and we need wildcard mask, not subnet mask, as you remember. To our destination address. So our destination IP address was 192.168.20.0, and the wildcard mask 0, 0, 0, and 255. So this is the destination, this is the source, and here we're gonna say equal to maybe port 80. That's HTTP, or we could say www. Instead of this, we could say this, or maybe HTTP. Anything else, but we're gonna use 80. And we're gonna say access list 100 deny IP any. So this means that this network is allowed to use port 80 and block everything else. Now we're gonna go to interface gigabit Ethernet. This time we're gonna go into this port. We're gonna say 0/1, and we're gonna say IP access group 100 out, and that's it. And we're gonna say end. I'm gonna show access lists. We can see the rules here. We root and standard IP access list 10 that denies this, and extended IP access list 100. Let's check something else. We say show running config pipeline include access you can see the ins and the outs. So now for removing ACLs, we're gonna go to conft and we're gonna say no access list 10, no access list 100. So that's it. We just removed the ACLs. Some common mistakes on ACLs is maybe forgetting to apply the ACL to an interface. We just created access list 10, but we didn't apply it to a port. So remember to use it. It's better to use IP access group after creating an access list. The other mistake is applying ACL in the wrong direction. Remember that in equals packets entering the interface, and out packets leaving the interface. Another mistake is forgetting the permit any at the end. Remember, every ACL has an implicit deny all at the end, meaning if you don't allow traffic, it gets blocked automatically. So it blocks everything automatically. Remember to do it. Another ACL is this. We can also use, for example, you say IP access list extended. For example, we're gonna give it a name. I'm gonna say web. As you can see, we're inside this ACL. Extended name ACL. In here we can, for example, write permit TCP any equal to 80, for example, and deny IP any. So this extended access list is permitting the HTTP port and blocking everything else. And we always do this after, because I forgot always say interface, for example, gigabit Ethernet /1, and we're gonna say IP access group web, the name we just gave it, out and exit. So that's it. We just created a name ACL here. Name ACLs are really easy, and we can read it and edit it later. So it's one of the easy ones. So that's it for today. In this video, we just learned what ACLs are and why they're used, the difference between standard and extended ACLs, and we just learned how to configure and apply them on router interface, how to test, verify, and remove ACLs, and some best practices is to avoid common mistakes. So that's it for this episode. In the next lesson, we move to switch security, where we're going to learn about port security and how to prevent an unauthorized device from connecting to our network. Thanks for watching, and I hope I see you in the next video. Goodbye.